Flare. So Flare is the blockchain that wants to connect everything. It's all about data. It's all about accessing high integrity data. That's their turn of phrase. Team behind it, pretty damn good. And to be honest, usage is not bad at all. We're going to take a look at usage of Flare. We're going to take a look at how the product itself has grown over the past year or so, and really where it's at and what can it achieve in this bull cycle. Before I get into it though, guys, if you're new here and you don't know what this spreadsheet is, this spreadsheet shows the first 26 coins that I did videos about on the channel. Now, in the videos, I showed myself buying up all of these coins. They were coins that I expected were going to make me a lot of cash, and you can see what they were worth when I recorded and released the videos, as well as the highs that these coins hit around 15 or 16 months on. And these are what your profits would have been if you'd put $100 into those coins when I released the videos and sold, like I said, after about under a year and a half, and your total profit in that time would have been around 123 grand. Now, obviously you don't have a year and a half to sort your portfolios out. We're in a bull cycle right now. If you're not happy or confident in the coins that you own, it's probably because they're not going to make you any money. So it's time to actually get that sorted. If you go on to copymycrypto.com, you can have a look at the site. That's the site I run where I share my portfolio with my members. So whenever I'm ready to buy or sell any coin, I tell my members the coin that I'm going to buy or sell, the price I'm going to do it at. So my members can copy along exactly, so they'll make the exact same profit as me, except they have no work to do at all. And on the site, you can see the profits my members have made, you can read their testimonials, and you can watch the videos to see the successes we have had. All public record as well, so you can verify it all online. And if after reading through it all, verifying, or you like what you see, guys, try out the service, especially before these markets start ripping, because you want to get the right coins in your portfolio before they start moving, guys. Now, Flare. So Flare is an EVM-based layer 1. It aims to make blockchain more useful by giving developers decentralized access to high-integrity data from other chains as well as the internet. This enables the new use cases and monetization models while allowing dApps to serve multiple chains through a single deployment. Now, we do keep here, like over the past couple of years, we've seen a lot of crypto projects that want to focus on multi-chain, that want to focus on being connectivity between all other blockchains. Flare is obviously, this is part of their aim. They've developed two interoperability protocols that facilitate on-chain and decentralized acquisition of blockchain, time series, and Web 2 API data. So the protocols are secured by the network itself, with decentralized independent data providers that are rewarded if they deliver accurate data. This basically minimizes the risk for users and developers that want to actually use the service. They have the state connector. This securely acquires event info from other blockchains and the internet to be used in smart contracts on Flare. It acquires the data securely, scalably, in a decentralized manner. Then you've got the Flare time series oracle. This utilizes the network structure to develop highly decentralized prices and data series to dApps on Flare. Now, Flare have a ton of tokens. The current circulating supply is 50 billion. Total supply will be 102 billion coins as well. Founders of Flare are Hugo Filion, Sean Rowan, and Dr. Nairi Usher. So they are the CEO, CTO, and Chief Scientist, respectively. They met while studying machine learning at UCL, University College London, sharing an interest in distributed systems and their potential applications. When we have a look at Flare, we can actually have a look at where is it? Ecosystem dApp, so we can see roughly where they're at right now. So ecosystem-wise, you've got Layer 0, Stargate, Polyhedra, Clearpool, Scepter, not Skepta, it's a rapper. Scepter, Kinetic, SparkDex, Enosis, Blaze Swap, Raindex, XDeFi, DeFi, Steer Protocol, Google Cloud, Immunify, Hex Trust, Fireblocks. I mean, it's not actually bad in terms of where the ecosystem is at. Obviously, each one has different purposes and use cases. Like as an example, Anchor is going to be more for infrastructure. Orcam Similarly, that will be more towards the data region of Flare. This is their mainnet explorer. Now, this is actually what's showing, which shows where they're at right now. Daily transactions are pretty damn good. You're looking at 500,000 transactions on a daily basis. You cannot knock that. You absolutely cannot knock that. Now, weirdly, it doesn't actually show the information unless you highlight it. I would recommend they sort this. So total transactions since being up and running, over 125 million. There are currently 1.2 million wallet addresses. Now, that is a very, very, very good sign. To have that many wallet addresses. Now, obviously, not all of them will be active, but it's pretty positive. Like, it's pretty damn positive. Total verified contracts on there, 1,205. I'm presuming that's 1,000. Number of verified contracts. So number of accounts, as you can see, that's the cumulative account growth over time. So active accounts, that's better. Right, so active accounts, on a daily basis, you're still looking at over 6,000-7,000 active accounts every day, and they're doing 500,000 transactions on a daily basis. So again, in terms of what we're seeing, really, really positive. Also in terms of like net spend, not bad. 22,000 on a kind of daily basis in terms of transaction fees, 22,000 in Flare. Obviously Flare is at about 1 cent, so divide by 100, you're looking at basically around about 220 bucks or so, give or take. So again, in terms of doing 500,000 transactions on a daily basis and only spending 200 bucks across all those transactions, again, very, very, very good sign. Transaction success rate is about 91%. So that's interesting that around 9% of all transactions fail. But in terms of where they're at, in terms of usage, this is pretty damn good. You cannot knock this at all. In terms, again, of like the ecosystem, I do think this is underdeveloped for where, given the amount of usage. But if this is like how many transactions they're getting through right now, given that there's really not a huge ecosystem, imagine what it's going to be like when there's a massive ecosystem. Also, bear in mind, Flare is on Coinbase, but it isn't on Binance. So if it lands on Binance, it's going to get the Binance bounce. Now, right now, what I would say, probability of it landing on Binance is pretty slim, given that the volume is actually quite weak. A coin with a nearly 700 million market cap, you would expect to be doing more than 5 mil a day. Don't get me wrong, there have been days where it's had good days, 120 mil, 120 mil some days, north of 10 mil quite often. But Binance are going to do listings based upon volume. And right now, volume isn't necessarily incredible, certainly not on centralized exchanges. So that could be a reason that Flare struggles. Also, by the way, in terms of where it's been so far this year, it has hit a peak of 5 cents, or over 5 cents. So it's not done badly necessarily. And it's only really been around for about a year and a half or so. All-time high was when it launched, and it nearly hit 8 cents. I do think it can get back to that level. In fact, I actually think double digits is a pretty good shot here. Usage right now is really, really good. And again, this is an underdeveloped blockchain. There's an underdeveloped network right now, and there's a lot of room for this to grow, especially with the Binance listing. Now, that does look improbable, but even without a Binance listing, I think there is immense potential for this to get 10 cents. Current circulating supply of 50 billion tokens, hitting 10 cents would put it in a market cap of 5 billion, which isn't unreasonable given that they're rocking 500,000 plus transactions every day. And again, as more dApps start being added to Flare, as dApps that are of massive interest to people start being added, transactions will obviously rise. That will increase the volume overall. That gives a good chance of things like Binance in the future. Can it hit more? Absolutely, but it's going to depend. That, for me, depends more on a Binance listing. Because if it got to 10 cents and then it got listed on Binance, yeah, it could run up to 20, 30, 40 cents. You know, we've seen what happens with the Binance bounce. But even without a Binance listing, I think this can rock to 10 cents quite well. Because again, we've seen the current usage. And I expect we're going to see a lot of dApps landing on Flare over the next 6 months. So it gives it a real shot. If you're a Flare user, what are you actually using Flare for? Is there a particular protocol that they have that you particularly like? Is it just that it's very useful for sending money around? Why do you use it? Share in the comments. And if you're an investor in Flare, what are you hoping to see built upon over the next year? Like, what would be an ideal scenario? What would be the ideal thing you'd like to see added to Flare that could see them boom? Share in the comments. And guys, look, we're in a bull cycle right now. If you're not happy or confident in the cryptos you own, get something done about it today. If you get onto copymycrypto.com, have a look at the site. That's the site I run where I share my entire portfolio with my members. Whenever I'm ready to buy or sell any coin, I tell my members the coin that I'm going to buy or sell, the price I'm going to do it at. So my members copy along exactly. They make the exact same profit as me. There's obviously an added bonus there as well, as they have no work to do at all. On the site, you can see the successes we've had. You can see what my members have made. You can read the testimonials. Everything on the site is public record, so you can verify it all online. And if after doing all of that you like what you see, guys, try out the service. You have absolutely nothing to lose, especially before these markets really start ripping. And that is it from me, guys. I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.